This one is just, look, I'm buying it from you. You're buying it from me. We're buying it from this. Legal description, monthly payment, taxes, insurance, all this stuff. Where to make your monthly payments to. Evidence of title. I own the title. Seller's warranties. Basically, I'm not warranting anything with the property. I have the right to mortgage the property if I want to for less than the purchase price because it's my property. I can do what I want with it. I can transfer your buyer interest cannot be sold or transferred. So it's basically saying to them, hey, look, you are stuck with this contract. You can't get out of this contract. If you want to sell the property, you have to satisfy this first. In other words, they have to refinance before they can sell the property. I'm getting paid off first. They can't put any kind of mechanic liens on it. It just basically goes through all the things that you wouldn't want them to do. I have rights to inspect, all the stuff. They can't sublet. They can record if they want to, this document, but why would they do that? It just goes over all this, like it's just basically beefed up to protect me as the seller. And so I tell them, I'm like, look, I'll give you the friends and family one, or you can have this one. Like I said, the one time, they're like, I want that one.
So this one protects you more, not
It does, yes, it does.
Why wouldn't you want to use this one all the time?
Because it's very scary. When I'm selling a house, especially when I'm selling a house to a bilingual family who already has trust issues, because I'm a white guy who speaks Spanish, and they're giving me all their family money.
They're already intimidated by the process as it is.
Exactly. You know, they question banks. Most Hispanic families, they keep all their money on the mattress and cash everywhere. They don't trust the banks. They're gonna take their money because in Mexico that's what they do. All of a sudden, the bank closes down. Like, sorry guys, we got enough money today. We're done.
So let's say not bilingual, regular, person speaks English fine.
I keep it easy, man, because this contract does the same thing.
Why do you even offer this one?
I don't. This is for you for educational purposes. Read the last line.
The first one.
Read it out loud. First, it's on both.
This contract is for training purposes. Have a qualified real estate attorney in your state create one for you when you close it.
You also have the last line. That's not the beginning, too.
It's at the beginning as well. I've used this before. I have this in play in a couple of my properties. But
Why would you use this?
why would I? I don't anymore. I only use this one.
I don't know, but
But
why might we?
before I found this one, I used this one. Because you want to make things tough?
What does it protect us against?
Nothing.
Because all our rights are already included in the existing laws and the fact that what's already set up.
If they can't pay, they can't stay. Bottom line. That's all you need to know. If they can't pay, they cannot stay. This one just outlines it in more express terms.
And it's
I got this one, guys, by just sheer fortune and luck and just being a good-looking guy. I happened to call on a Facebook ad, or no, a Craigslist ad for a property that was seller financed. I'm like, hey, let's go do this. I go out to the country where this is at. It was a house out in the country. Some good old boy rolls up in his pickup truck, all beat the hell, gets out, just wearing this holy jeans, and hey, what's going on? How you doing, partner? I'm like, hey, I'm interested in buying this house. Well, let me tell you what we do. My wife and I have been rehabbing houses for over 45 years. We've made so much money that we don't even care what we do with our money anymore. We now have a trust fund that we give the disabled kids, and all of our properties now, there's like 65 of them. I looked them up on title. Dude was loaded. All our properties now, we buy these properties outright with cash, and we sell or finance them to families, and all the money goes into this trust, and we just give it to charities because we want to help babies that are disabled. Holy crap. He goes, I like what you're doing. Let me give you a little bit of advice. He walks through the property, knows that I'm not the buyer. He already read me. Love this guy. Cool as heck. I actually asked him, can I go work for you? Like, can I find you properties and learn from you? He's like, son, I got this thing handled. We're good. Thanks. I appreciate that. But I will help you out here. Here's my contract. In fact, here's a stack of my contracts. Learn this stuff. This is all you need to know. This is how you take care of people. Just do things. Just do right by people, and people will do right by you. This is all you need to know, son. Just use this contract. You'll never be hurt. I'm like, done. So I went home, copied it down, and since that day, I've been using this contract. Dude is loaded. Has all of his properties in a trust. Has this other trust set up. I'm like, if this guy, no dummy, is using this little one-page little contract here, I'm going to follow his example. I'm in his shoes. So that's why I use this contract. And geez, man, this guy, when I pulled him up on county record, kid you not, When you pull up, it's like if you just like pull up like Smith. You're going to see every property owned by Smith in the county. That's this guy. It's like, just keeps going.
Where they attach them, the ones that are attached to that name or something?
It's attached to his name because it's the trust. It's his name trust, and then also the other trust that he has for this disabled children. And I'm like, holy crap, dude. I'm like, it must have been close to like, it was about 50, 60 properties. And these are not like small little like 1 bedroom. This was a $700,000 home, 8-bedroom, 4-bath house on about 3/4 of an acre. Free and clear. So get this. He goes, now I know I'm advertising this thing for $750,000, but I'll tell you what, son, if you want this for $600, it's yours. I looked it up. I'm like, whoa. He's like, there's money to be made. If you can go find someone that's going to give you $650, $675, I know you can make some money on it. If you want to pay me $600, I'll even carry the contract for you, but I want $350 down. And I'm like, $350,000 down? I can go find a private money lender, give me $350 down, payment on the terms. I'm like, it's a little bit more than I can do. I had looked at, so I'm like, $350. I looked at public record. Oh, you bought it for $350. But then he put some money into it and rehabbed this house. In fact, this was an old, Sutter property owned by John Sutter himself. It's over by the Hawk Farm on Garden Highway. So he bought this old historical property right on the river, real nice, yeah. So I was like, dude. But so I used this contract, man. Dude he's a cool guy. Like I said, I was so impressed by him that I was like, I'll work for you. What do you want me to do? Can I learn from you? So, yeah. So you can use the complicated contract if you like, but for me and all my properties, we use this simple one. It makes sense.
So this is the only thing you have the guy who's buying the house for you sign?
That and the disclosure that he knows that the property is due on sale. I keep it as simple as possible. Since I've done that, it's been so easy. Now, also one thing I do is, especially with my Spanish people, I record it so that the entire transaction is recorded.
You tell them that.
Oh, of course they know that. Yeah, and I say this is for your protection. It's going to keep me honest. And so I record it. So there's like, I'll tell them, there is a loan under this property. If anything were to happen and that loan got called due, you were going to have to refinance or sell that property in order to satisfy that loan. Okay, that's fine. The chances of this happening are I can't tell you. I've never had it happen to me or anyone that I know. It is a possibility. However, this property is held in trust, which is protected by certain laws, which means that it may not ever be an issue, but I do want to disclose to you as full transparency.
Would you be willing to send us an edited transactional recording video you have?
That's a great question.
If you can edit out stuff.
I got a Spanish one I can send you. Yeah.
You speak Spanish?
And the Spanish one I'll send you is me talking to the sons and daughter in English and then translating to their mom and dad.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Because that's what I want is the English.
Yep. Gary, you writing that down?
So that'd be the buyer one, and then how about the seller side?
I should record those. I don't. I don't record those just because we're always in different places. I've actually sold a house on the hood of my car with the notary signing it. Drove across town to the seller, had them sign on the hood of my car, same notary. Done that same day, within 45 minutes of each other. I actually had her time-stamp the page, the deed. So the deed was time-stamped, so I knew that the deed was signed by the seller first, and then the contract for deed, this one was time-stamped on her notary page, not on the actual deed itself, but on the notary page. So one was at 5:15, the other one was at 7:20. Yeah. Same day. I want to make sure that, he was first in line, the order of things, did things right here. So I've done that. Okay, lease option. So lease options are, it's basically a lease with an option to purchase is all it is. So I'm not going to go over the lease. It's a standard lease. What's important is Page 78, stipulated, or special stipulations. So, here it says, Nickel Properties hereby acknowledges receipt of payment of a down payment. So whatever that dollar amount is, which is non-refundable. The property is furnished with the following. If anything isn't furnished, I put it in there. Now I'm going to read these, and they're going to initial them, but I'm going to read them for you. So number 1, tenant is leasing the property with the intention of purchasing the property. It's established. Purchase price is X. The lease agreement is a 1-year lease. Property is being leased and sold as is. Tenants are responsible for all maintenance, upkeep, and repairs. Deposit down payment is non-refundable. They initial that again. All payments must be made by money order, cashier's check, or check. I accept cash as well, but I don't tell them that. If they want to pay cash, I'm totally fine with that. Tenant will pay a monthly fee for taxes and insurance. They know that already. Any amount paid over X dollars per month will be applied towards the down payment. Now, we talked about this. I'm rolling them into a seller finance transaction. If they know what the monthly payment is, but it's not obligated. They're not obligated to make that monthly payment. They're not obligated to pay above that, but if they do, they accelerate things faster.
Okay, so that amount there is
Is the monthly rent payment or lease payment. Here it goes, number 10. Tenants must have paid X to move in the property. So this is the down payment money that's non-refundable. They can't move in until they've satisfied this. So maybe they've given me, at this point of contract, they've given me half of what is needed to move in. I need the other half before they can move in, and it's in writing. So they may do repairs on the property because maybe it's not livable, and they need to do some kind of repairs. And I shouldn't say not livable because maybe it's not. So livable and habitable are 2 different things. Let's say there's a lot of trash and debris they want to clean out before they move their family into it. So they say, well, we'll pay you half right now. We'll do all these things to clean it up, and then we'll pay the other half, and we'll move my family in. That happens quite often. Number 11, tenants will begin to occupy the residence on. I give them the date. Number 12, payment of blank are due on the first of every single month. So this is the monthly payment that they are due. Checks are payable to Ryan Nickel or Nickel Properties.
Isn't 9 and 12 the same amounts?
Yes, they are. Yep. Because they need to know what is over that to go towards that, the down payment. Number 14, tenant will need X more to convert to owner financing. So it's there in writing. They know that they need that in order before I will give them a contract for deed.
And that's, you're basically like a 10% down.
Yeah, so if it's 10% down and they have 5%, so let's say, on a $100,000 loan, I want $10,000, all they have is $5,000. I've put in here, I've received $5,000. They need another $5,000 to convert to owner financing. Anything paid above their monthly payment will go towards that balance. And I keep track of that on my ledger, which you're going to see here in the next module. Number 15, tenants have been advised to seek credit repair to enhance the process of being able to obtain financing through a bank or a lending institution. My original mentor had that, and I just left it. It looks good on paper that I'm helping them out to get a real bank loan. I honestly never want them to do that. Never want to see them leave because it's a cash cow. It's a golden goose. Our address is blah, blah, blah. They sign it, I sign it, or the trustee signs it with I sign it for the trustee as power of attorney. That's it. Any questions on the lease option?
So you're not letting them move into the property until they pay, this is number 9 or number 10 is just their down payment? Is that what you're talking about? Number 10?
Yeah. Yeah. They can't move in until I receive my money. Because what happens is they establish residency and I haven't been paid. Now I'm screwed. I got to now evict somebody that's never paid me the money that I'm coming out of pocket now to pay for it. So, yep. So with that, guys, you can get some paydays. These are all paydays that I've had. I've gotten cash, check. We've gotten some more cashes and more checks. I mean, if you look at this, it was a pretty good deal. A pretty good week. April 16th, April 17th, April 20th, all of this year, 15,000, 5,000, 3,000. It's a pretty good week. All possible, guys. This is a super, super lucrative business. You're helping a lot of people. You're making a lot of money in the process. I was telling someone over at lunch that, I feel like sometimes I'm just a glorified social worker. I'm going inside, solving their problems, and getting paid for it. It's great. So let's just jump into now. Any questions, by the way? No? All right, let's keep this momentum rolling. It's 6:11, guys. We doing good?
Yep.
How are we doing in Austin? You're not dying over there? All right. So module 7 of 8. These are quicker modules this time. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and real quick throw this up there and go use the restroom from all the water I've been drinking. So we're gonna take a quick, real quick 5-minute break. So 6:17, we're coming right back.